We're here, let's set the vibe. Hey, wait a second. Wait up. Let's set the vibe and score the touchdown. Here we go. There it is. Where's the nice job? There's a quarterback competition happening in Cleveland, but let's be honest, it's not really a fair one. On one side, you've got Shedeur Sanders. He's calm, confident, and already playing great. On the other side, Dillon Gabriel, who seems more like someone just filling in at practice than someone ready to lead a team. But somehow, even though the stats and everyone watching can clearly see it, Shedeur still isn't getting the respect, or the chances he deserves, and fans are starting to notice. After 9 days of the Browns training camp, Shedeur has put together almost perfect results. He's made 49 completions on 70 throws, with 6 touchdowns and no interceptions. That means he's hitting 70% of his passes with 0 mistakes. At the same time, Dillon Gabriel has been very busy. He's thrown 113 times, completed just 62 of them, with 2 interceptions and only 4 touchdowns. The Browns have let him throw more, given him more chances, and allowed more mistakes. And what has he shown? That throwing a lot doesn't mean you're playing well. This isn't about 2 young quarterbacks both rising at the same time with equal chances. This is about the Browns coaches giving one guy more support while the other quietly plays better. Shedeur Sanders has beaten Dillon Gabriel in every way in the stats, in pressure drills, in the red zone. And according to experts like Dan Orlovsky, who know what a real NFL quarterback looks like, so why is Gabriel still getting to play with the top team? Why is Shedeur still being kept in the background? The reason might have more to do with politics than with football, and I'm going to explain why. Let's forget the hype, ignore the media spin, and drop all the excuses. Let's talk about the facts, the real numbers. In the first 9 days of Browns training camp, Shedeur Sanders has gone 49 for 70 with 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. That's a 70% completion rate, smart, sharp, and dangerous. But now look at Dillon Gabriel. He's completed 62 of 113 passes, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a shaky 54.9% completion rate. Gabriel has thrown 43 more passes than Shedeur and has done way less with them. It's not even a close contest. Shedeur has shown that when he gets on the field, he doesn't waste time, plays, or momentum. He turns drives into touchdowns. He protects the football. He makes pro-level throws in high-pressure moments, especially in the red zone, where every pass really matters and defenders play even tighter. Gabriel, on the other hand, throws like he's still in a high-scoring college game. Wild, inconsistent, risky, and not in a good way. Gabriel's 2 interceptions came from throws that showed he panicked and couldn't see the field clearly. Meanwhile, Shedeur's decisions have been like a surgeon's. He studies the defense. He reacts with perfect timing and smooth passes. He throws the ball where the receiver will be, not where they just were. That's the difference between a backup and a starter, between someone who's still learning and someone already ready, between Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. And the craziest part is, Shedeur is doing all this while still fighting just to get on the second team. Just imagine what he could do if the Browns actually built their offense around him instead of supporting a quarterback who's barely staying above water. If there's one place where quarterbacks are truly tested, it's in the red zone. The field gets smaller, the space gets tighter, and defenders are ready for anything. This isn't where luck happens. This is where quarterbacks either shine or fall apart. And over 9 days, Shedeur Sanders has completely owned this part of the field. When the Browns run red zone drills, Shedeur doesn't freeze. He reads the defense fast, spots the weak spot, and throws with perfect aim. 3 of his 6 touchdowns came during these red zone drills when the pressure was highest and the defenders were coming hard. Whether it was squeezing a pass between 2 defenders or hitting a receiver perfectly on a corner route, Shedeur didn't just throw the ball, he controlled the whole moment like an NFL veteran. Dillon Gabriel, on the other hand, has had a hard time when things get tight. His passes lose accuracy. He takes longer to read the defense. And in those same big pressure moments, he's thrown 2 interceptions, mental mistakes that can't be ignored, especially for a quarterback who's still trying to prove he deserves a spot. He's making rookie-level errors in the worst parts of the field. At the same time, Shedeur is making NFL-level passes under pressure and doing it with confidence. You can't pretend to have control in the red zone. Either you've got the clear mind, the right timing, and the arm strength to make it counter. You don't. And right now, Shedeur Sanders is showing that he's got all of those things. Gabriel, he's proving that just giving someone more chances won't fix bad instincts. The Browns are watching, the fans are watching, and the difference between them couldn't be more obvious. The biggest myth in football is that pressure creates stars. The real truth is, pressure reveals who they already are. And through 9 days of training camp, Shedeur Sanders has shown us everything we need to know, not just about himself, but about Dillon Gabriel too. Let's go back to one of the clearest moments from camp so far. The pocket is breaking down, the defense is charging in. Most young quarterbacks would freak out, step into trouble, or throw a weak floating ball. Not Shedeur. He calmly looked across the field, moved inside the pocket with control, and threw a pass not to where his receiver was, but where he was going to be. It was perfect, it was smart, it was top tier, and it ended in a touchdown. That wasn't some lucky play. That's been the story of Shedeur's entire training camp, whether it's 11-on-11 or 7-on-7 drills. When defenders get close and the play starts to fall apart, Shedeur stays calm. He knows where every player is. He trusts his form and throws accurately, even when things are messy. Gabriel, when you compare, has looked nervous. On day 6, he panicked and threw a bad ball that almost got his receiver hurt. Many times, he's thrown too late, off balance, or right into a crowd. These are the kinds of mistakes you can't afford to make when your job is on the line. That's not growing, it's a problem. Pressure doesn't lie. When things have gotten tough, Shedeur hasn't flinched. He's stepped up. Gabriel, he's fallen apart. One of these quarterbacks is showing real leadership, full control, and NFL-level talent. The other is just trying to keep up, and it's not just Browns fans who see what's happening. Former NFL quarterbacks, sports experts, and reporters are starting to say what many have been thinking. Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback on the Browns right now. It's not even close. Dan Orlovsky spoke out after watching both Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel at training camp. His opinion, Shedeur is built better for the NFL, handles pressure more calmly, and fits better with the kind of offense Cleveland wants to run. Orlovsky said, Shedeur reminds him of Tua's cool attitude, but might be even better for the pros because of his strong legs, quick thinking, and his skill in throwing accurate passes in timing-based offenses. This isn't just praise or media buzz, it's serious respect from people who've played quarterback and studied it at the highest level. These are the same experts who watched quarterbacks like Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and Brock Purdy prove doubters wrong and become stars. And now, they're seeing those same special skills in Shedeur Sanders. At the same time, Dillon Gabriel's game film has brought up some concerns. His footwork isn't steady, his throws under pressure aren't accurate, and his choices on the field have been called unpredictable by local reporters who used to support him. But that support is fading fast. When trusted experts start to change their views, that means something important is happening. And right now, it's clear that Shedeur Sanders is moving up. Gabriel is being exposed, and the national sports world is starting to see what Browns fans already know. Shedeur Sanders doesn't just play quarterback, he studies it, breathes it, and thinks about it all the time. And that sharp mind is what's catching attention around the league. Because while Dillon Gabriel looks like he's just trying to get through training camp, Shedeur is planning how to take over. Every single practice rep Shedeur gets, he treats it like it's the most important one of his life. People didn't believe in Dak Prescott. They ignored Lamar Jackson. But it's always the same story. The guy who's been counted out ends up taking over the league. If Cleveland won't give Shedeur the keys to the offense, another team will. And when that day comes, the Browns may realize they didn't just sit a good quarterback, they let a future star slip away. Quarterback battle? Let's stop calling it that. What's happening in Cleveland isn't a fair fight. Mismatch. Over 9 days of training camp, Shedeur has been completely in control, while Dillon Gabriel has struggled under pressure and hasn't lived up to the hype. This isn't a 50-50th toss of pits, a landslide, and pretending it's close is just trying to protect feelings. Let's go back to the numbers one last time. Shedeur, 49 out of 76 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Gabriel, 62 out of 113, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Shedeur has thrown the ball 43 fewer times, but still has more touchdowns and hasn't made a single turnover. Meanwhile, Gabriel has thrown 2 interceptions, one that almost got his own teammate hurt hand. He looks more lost each day. But beyond just stats, the feeling is different. When Shedeur steps on the field, his teammates focus, the offense starts to flow. There's energy, speed, and leadership. When Gabriel plays, everything feels unsure, scattered, and flat. Players always know who the real leader is. They just do. And right now, the Browns are going against their own team by refusing to admit what's clear. The media sees it, the experts see it. Fans are shouting about it all over the internet. And Shedeur Sanders, he's handling everything like a pro. He shows up every day, stays focused, and keeps tearing up the defense every time he gets a chance. This kid was made for this moment, and the more the Browns ignore it, the worse they'll look when another team steps in. This isn't just about picking a starting quarterback. It's a warning. The Browns can either make the right choice now or regret it later, because Shedeur Sanders is already ahead. He's just waiting for the team chart to catch up to the truth. This is the NFL Decode. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with more NFL updates.